Brought to you by Neighbor Scoop.
Happy New Year! I'm Jill DeWit, and this is Property Flip with Jill DeWit. Happy to see you, and thank you for joining me. This is episode number 3 today. Yay, we're in 2021. I'm so excited. And today's title is, Where Do I Get the Money and Who Do I Learn From? So I'm in several online groups and chats and forums, and I see a lot of people deciding this is it, 2021, I'm going for it. I'm going to be an investor. I'm going to go at this hard. And I see 2 big questions popping up today, and that's what we're here to talk about. It's, where am I going to get the money and how am I going to learn how to do this? And I'm here to tell you, finding money is not the problem, and finding the right mentor should not be also. So let's jump into my presentation today. So today I'm going to talk to you about first finding money partners, and they're out there all over the place. They're in forums, they're hosts of forums just like us, and I'll tell you where to get them. The value of money is in the quality of the deal, and I'll explain what that is and go into great detail on that as well. 3, I'm gonna talk about how to find a quality education and a mentor and a mentorship for you to get you rolling. And then 4, I've got a couple examples that I was just gonna kinda share some stories about this and my experience. So who am I and why am I here? So I'm Jill DeWitt. I'm co-founder of Land Academy, and I've been a private investor now for over 10 years, and my partner, Stephen Jack Vitala, has been doing this for well over 25 years. In 2015, we created Land Academy to teach, share our business model, and help others start their own businesses, and also create deal partners to do bigger and better deals with us. And of course, it all worked great. So now I'm here right now teaching more and really hyper focus on helping women in real estate reach their goals. That's my focus, my personal focus for 2021. All right. So how do we find these money partners? How do I get someone to fund my deals? This seems crazy. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm going to find someone with the money, or do I save the money? What do you mean I don't even have to come up with the money? That's the point here. A lot of people are held back and don't get started investing because they don't have the money or they don't know where to look for the money. So here's what I want you to know. Number 1, there's way more money out there than there is talent, and there's more money partners than deal partners. There are people, that's why I put that survey at the beginning of this call, and we'll see the results here in a few minutes. There are people trolling this call, this show, my group, many other groups, Facebook forums, email. I'm sure you get those emails too if you're into this. They have money and they're looking to place their money. And I'm not talking about loans. I'm not talking about anything like that. I'm talking about people like you and me who are in the business or not in the business, know all about how money can be made in flipping property, even just not even do anything to a property, just buying it right and turn around and reselling it. And because that's the fastest way, and they're standing there with money to give. They're also in forums like Bigger Pockets, landinvestors.com, which is our own online community, landtank.com, and housetank.com too, by the way. These are places that we have created specifically for people to post deals and for investors to come to them to fund their deals. I'll go back to that slide here on page 4. So now, and every Thursday at 3 o'clock since 2016, we have been reviewing other people's deals and watching them get funded on the spot too, by the way. Sometimes it's us, sometimes it's a member, sometimes it's somebody on the call. It's awesome. And I want you to just take some time, explore the internet, get in those groups, get in those webinars, and you're going to find people that are seeking deal flow for their investments. Used to be, pre-COVID, one of the best places to find these investors that were there, looking to fund your deals were the guys standing in the back of an REI meetup. So we'd be there. I would be sometimes sitting there, sometimes I'd be standing in the back, depending what I was looking for. But that's who those guys are. They're there trying to see what deals people have working on, what's going in their pipeline, and because 'cause they're there to allocate some money and fund deals. So that's where you find these people. Okay, now number 2, um, the value or the money is actually in the deal. So let me paint this picture. Imagine you found a property that's worth $25,000. You can get it for 10. So would you pay $10,000 is the question for a property worth $25,000? Heck yeah. Hopefully you would do that all day long. I would, that's for sure. Now, would you ask a partner to join you and use their $10,000 if you do all the work? This is what you're trying to do, and this is what we do all the time, as with other members. We have people in our group in Land Academy doing it on both sides. So what this means is someone comes to me and says, Jill, I just talked to actually a person about it today. Um, and you just need to say it with confidence. Jill, we got to do this deal. You're not going to believe what I just found. I don't have the money, but we can't let this go to waste. I found this property. It's got X, Y, and Z. I know exactly what to do. I know exactly where to market it. I know exactly how to sell it. I just don't have the cash to buy it, to turn around and mark it up and sell it for more. It's worth 25,000 bucks. Everything else out there is selling for 30 or and up. I know we could sell it fast. I need $10,000. This guy's hot. I got to get this done. That's all it is. I can't fund that deal fast enough, and many people right now watching this are saying the exact same thing. So the money is really in the deal. So, I'm not afraid of it. I looked at the deal too. We're not gonna lose. I can look at it myself and see, "Oh my gosh, it is worth $25,000. I'm happy to put in 10." So the money's in the deal, and it's also how confidently you approach this potential partner. So you need to practice and get good at coming to people and with confidence and telling them what's going to happen. Even if it's your first deal, I don't care if it's your first deal. When you say to me, I've spent 6 months searching this area. I am the pro of the lakefront property in this part of the county. I know it like the back of my hand, and I just got this deal that came in today. I'm offering it to you first. Here's the numbers. Do you want in? That's it. And also too, follow up with I'm gonna do all the work. I know how to market it. I've got my website already, ready to go. I know the photographer who to call. I know what the drone shots are gonna look like. I know exactly all the places in social media where I'm gonna post this property. Watch how fast this sells. So when you come to me with a deal like that or another investor with a deal like that, watch how fast they can't wait to sign up and do the deal with you. And then after completing a few deals like that, which is true, they won't leave you alone. They will come after you. I have this going on a lot. Like, can we do another one? Can we do another one? Because it's again the confidence that you portray. You know what you're doing, by the way. You did your homework and you're easy to work with and you present it beautifully, they say yes. You're basically telling them, I got this. I need you to be the bank. I got this. And give me, you know, 2 weeks, 30 days, whatever it's going to be, and watch that money plus an extra 50% or whatever you guys work out go right back in your bank account. Trust me, they won't leave you alone. So, and here's how, like I was just kind of saying, you find the deal, you show the money partner that you know your stuff. You take ownership of the transaction and manage the money partner. This is really one of the biggest things for me as a deal funder, as I need people to come to me and have all the answers. And so I'm just kind of tweaking it. I might say, maybe think about this, or wow, that looks good, or just little things, or usually nothing. But if a little tweak is great, it's hard for me as an investor with all the other things I have going on. to walk you through the whole steps. Then there's a question of, you know, what are you bringing to the table? You brought the deal, but I'm doing the work here. So it's really the best if you know what you're doing. You manage the whole thing, and you buy and you sell the property. So that's great. We talked about finding money partners. We talked about how to get the money funding, how to get them interested in the deal. Now, third thing people are really talking about right now is, okay, I understand this investing. I got the money out of the way. Thank you, Jill. Check. Well, I still need to learn what I'm doing. Okay, you just said spend months getting to know the area. Well, I need to spend months before that getting to know what I'm doing to look for to get to know the area. How do I find an education or a mentor and just get started in something like this? This is awesome. So think about research. Think about whatever it is, whether you're doing you wanna be, a water heater repair to land investing to, any kind of, training that you might need. You really need to sit down, lock yourself in a room, put headphones on, tell the family, "Saturday morning is mine. Uh, I need to work on this. Mom's busy. I need to work on this," and give yourself a good 4 to 6 hours to really go through the internet. You're not only looking for to make sure this niche is what you wanna get started in, you want to get to know about the business, read forums, watch videos. There's so much out there. It's even since I started, 10 years ago, I'm, like, blown away how fast you can get up to speed in many industries thanks to YouTube and online and things like this. It's amazing. So I want you to find the top, however many there are, 3, 4, 5, however many sources. I say not more than 5. 5 is a lot. Maybe top 3 to 5 places that seem to provide the quality and the level of the education that you're looking for, and I want you to line them up. I want you to look at, 1, how long have they been around? Is it 2 years or 20? Is it 2 months or 5 years? There's a lot to be said there. How many deals have they completed? When you're talking to someone who's done 10, 20 deals versus someone who's done, 100, 200, 1,000, 2,000 deals, they've seen a lot. We are actually, almost at 16,000 deals. I know it's kinda makes my head spin when I think about, like, that's a lot of transactions, but at least I can say, "Boy, in most situations, been there, done that." And every now and then, there's one that I go, "I haven't had that before," and it's funny when that happens. So you want a level of experience. How old are they? Y you know, it's even it's kinda true. You want even a doctor, there's an age thing. Experience comes with age, like, um, pilots. I love getting, older, experienced pilots who have, you know, been through a few situations, uh, and know how to handle things, and they're not stressed about things like that. How accessible are they really? I want you to be able to have access to them, not just their team, not just someone on their team, and even if it's a separate paid for, a separate side thing or something, they should be if they're really in it. I would argue if they're really, really in it for the right reason, there's gonna be some ways, maybe it's a call once a month or something that you can have access to them and get to them, and maybe it's just online communication or something like that. That says something to me. It's like taking a class. I wanna hear from the professor, and I wanna be able to talk to the professor now and then. I don't always want the teacher's aide. I don't I'm not sure I'm getting the same experience when I'm just getting the teacher's aide. Do you share the same values? This is huge. This is, kind of a me thing, and I know my partner's like this too. I really put a lot of weight in, and when I'm doing deals with people too, by the way, uh, I want to make sure we operate the same. So, does this person you're looking to get educated from have the same values that you have? Same sense of humor? Are they, just they think like you? Are they kinda real? And do you connect with them? That's kinda Kinda, are they real? So a couple little examples I was thinking of. So we have this, money partner, this guy that we've been working on off and on for several years, and we don't have several deals. He loves it when all his money is placed, and he hates it when none of his money is placed. So we have this thing where we place all his money, we do some deals, he gets it all back, he blows up our phone. Places money, do some deals, gets all of it back, great profit, he blows up our phone. It's because we do all the work. I mean, 100% all the work. I'm only calling him to say, did you get the wire notes? Great. And hey, watch for the deposit. It should be showing up today. Just let me know you got it." He's like, "Yay. This is the best thing on the planet." And what's funny is we have never met in person. We have done millions of dollars in transactions together, and we have actually never even met. We just talked on the phone. It's the greatest thing. We have that. He found us through Land Academy, uh, didn't wanna be an investor as far as doing his own offers and doing the deals and stuff. Always said, "I just wanna be a money guy." Came to us and said, "Can I be your money guy?" And so we started doing deals with him, and it's been great, and it will be like that for you also. So then my only other example is I want you to be careful of a not good example of a mentor would be, we all know those 20 somethings, you see videos, especially on YouTube, 20-something-year-old real estate leaning on a Ferrari. I'm not sure, at least for me, I wouldn't connect with that person. I don't not sure they've done the deals that I've done, have the experience that I've done. Not real into how they spend their money. It's kinda, I'm all for having fun and having nice cars, but you know what I mean. You know where I'm getting at, so you can figure that out. So I'd love to now see our poll results because I wanna see how many people of you are here looking to get funded or are, looking to be a funder and see as I scroll up here, my team's gonna put the results in here. Who's on this group? And while we're doing that, I'm looking at your notes coming in here. Oh, funny. Are people communicating with each other? I think they are in here about deals that they've got. So here's some people doing, "Hey, I've got some deals here. Please, message me." See, what did I say, by the way? Um, I can't see the percentage. Okay, 0 people. Is it 0 and 100, I think? Looking at these okay. The number is kinda covering up the percent's covering up the deal, so well, what's funny is they didn't answer in here. Oh, here we go. People are already people are communicating. Okay, so you're looking to get your deals funded, or are you looking to fund deals? So far, the people they answered are people looking to get deals funded. Well, good. You're in the right place, and guess what? I can point out 2 people right here, myself included, that are would love to fund your deals. And FYI, I'll tell you where to find for me, if you wanna submit a deal for me, you do not have to be a Land Academy member. I just wanna have a solid deal, and you present it to me like I explained, and I can't I can't wire the money fast enough. So if you go to landinvestors.com, that's our online community. You at the very top, you'll find a heading that says deal funding. Click on that. Not only will you see my deal funding partner form, you'll find that on there, but you'll also have a form there to submit your deal and tell me and everything in there that you know about the property for me to look up a decision. So I'm going to jump into some questions here now and ask away. It doesn't have to be just about this topic today, but anything you wanna talk about, women in investing, Land Academy, happy to help. You're welcome. Kevin Perney says, "Thank you for doing these live streams. I love this. I'm happy to be here." I see my team from YouTube. Ah, here's one, Steve right here. "I'm here to find experienced Land Academy folks who need my money." There we go. It's funny, when I saw that at first, I thought it was I glanced, I thought it was my Steven, so that's good. But this is true, this does come up on, uh, on our weekly member calls that we do with Land Academy every Thursday afternoon. We often do this, we always do this, part where people can submit deals. We call it, "Would you do this deal?" And there's a lot of times on those calls that we say out loud, "If you need money, let me know. I'll fund that deal." As we're looking at it, we're all can see how great it is, like, "I'll fund the deal. Let me know." Uh, this is good. Tim Kraus from YouTube wrote, "In my experience, if you could find a truly good deal, money will materialize basically from almost anywhere." Yep, you are exactly right. That's true. I mean, think about it. Who wouldn't? Hey, I can buy, doesn't matter what it is. Hey, I can buy this, you know, Porsche 356 for $30,000 is worth $100,000. Who's in? I'm in. All right. Okay, here we go. And I see people making deals. This is what I was talking about. We got people right here. So Steve and Don are putting deals together. And also with Lori, they're all putting deals together right now. This is awesome. Hey, thank you, Lori. Lori Phillips says, "Hey, Jill, can you please talk about how experienced funders can enhance deal results?" Oh, I would say, how can an experienced funders enhance deal results? Well, if they're volume, I guess I would have to say, I'm trying to think here to enhance the deal results. What I do as an experienced deal funder is I make sure as they best they can, the person's bringing the deal to me knows where to put the property and where to market the property on different websites online, if it's worth to pay for signature or not pay for signature, like on Land Watch. We talk about that. Is it worth the money? It's usually worth the money. Putting it on the MLS, it's really about exposure and reach and a great posting and awesome photos and getting it out there. So my job as a deal funder, I kind of review things and just kind of give little suggestions along the way. I might make suggestions about, have you put it in, it looks like a dreamy hunting property. Do you have it in these Facebook groups that are within 2-hour radius of the property? Because those guys are going to drive there. The Facebook fishermen groups or the Facebook hunting groups there, because those are the people that are looking to buy or would like a property like this, things like that. And then volume, doing a lot. Having a transaction coordinator, if you're an experienced deal funder and you get a little bogged down and you're funding deals like I am with several other individuals, having a transaction coordinator in place is a huge help. My one transaction coordinator has an escrow, heavy title escrow background. So there's I help with just some of the salesy things, and then any questions if my person has about, "Hey, this title agent told me X, is that right? This doesn't make sense to me, or can you explain this to me?" I didn't wanna ask them, whatever it is, my transaction coordinator can help with that. Good questions. Trying to think. It's funny that so many of you are here looking for money. Well, I'd love to hear what kind of, deals have you found any deals? Have you had any great deals? I've got one that this is a question that came up today to me. Someone said, "Do you like to assign a contract or double close?" I don't. And the reason why is I want control of the deal. So this is one really important part of everything that I'm talking about today, as far as where you get the money and how you're doing the deal is, the mentor is gonna help you learn how to pick a county, how to pick an area, how to find a property, how you do your due diligence, make sure it's a good buy, all of that stuff. That's the education you're looking for. Now you got the deal. Um, I I like to buy it. If it's that good of a deal, I'm gonna buy it. Let's just keep with my $10,000 to $25,000 range. I don't wanna lose this deal. I wanna have $10,000. I don't wanna string the seller along and do an option, which is, "Hey, can you give me 90 days? I could come up with it. Or I go out and try to market it on my own for 90 days. A lot can happen in that 90 days. His brother can come along and say, you're selling it for how much? Well, I'll buy it. And then you may not find out until way down the road when you call him and say, hey, I'm ready to go. He says, oh, oops, I forgot to tell you. Sorry, kind of thing. Or um, just just someone else could catch wind of it, kind of thing. So it's that good of a deal. That's what you're bringing to me, so I'm more than happy to put down that $10,000 because I know what's gonna happen. It's okay. If you think it's gonna happen in 4 days and it happens in, you know, 2 weeks, I'm okay with that. 4 days is 14 days. That's fine. It's really good. So, hi, Dr. J. Dr. J is looking to fund Women Land Academy members. Yes, same here. So, nice to see you. I'm really glad. Oh, you guys are cracking me up. You guys are putting your phone numbers and your emails in here. This is awesome. All right. Again, we just did a poll, and the poll was that that 100% of the people who took the poll are looking to get deals funded. And here are the people right now. They didn't answer the poll because they answered the poll, but they're here putting their emails and their phone numbers in there as a saying, "I got the money, I'll fund your deal." It's the beginning of 2021. There's a lot of us that are excited, have a lot of money, who are ready to go, watching what's happening, watching these, opportunities come our way, watching people with more kids not going back to school, making big changes in their lives about, and not need still not needing to be back in the office, and coming up with alternate ways to work remotely and all that great stuff. So you know what? People are buying properties. There's a lot of stuff changing hands right now. It's amazing. I forgot what the numbers were. Steve and I were just looking up the other day. It was something about it was 5 point, I want to say, because I think we did it in a podcast. If you haven't checked it out, we have a podcast. It's the Land Academy Show or Spotify and everywhere else you can listen to podcasts. It's been going since 2015. We have roughly 1,400, if I remember correctly, episodes. We do 5 days a week, so there's a lot there. But we just recorded a show that's going to air this week, and we talked about the number of properties that are changing hands. And it was five, and this is just houses. 5 point, I wanna say 3,000,000 houses, residential properties, were sold in 2020. That's staggering. That doesn't even take into account the land and all the other stuff going on. So, thank you, Nancy Brown. Nancy Brown said, "Love the podcast." I'm really glad. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, hi, Tiffany Carter says, "Hi, Jill. Yes, I had to learn the hard way. It's best to have control over the deal." Thank you. It's true. You wanna pay for it, and I do this if you're listening and you're doing, or watching and you do houses even, I do the same thing with houses. I wanna control the asset. I buy it, I take ownership, my name is on the deed, and I'm selling it. I get to 100% control the deal. I'm not dealing with a lender, payments, things like that. I don't have to think about it. Um, and it just works so well. Thank you all, you and Jack. Oh, hello, buddy time. You're from YouTube. You're welcome. Happy to be here. Trying to think of other important things that have come up recently. There's just a lot of talk around deal funding. It's so interesting that I'm doing my best here. I like this show to connect the dots. There's so many people. I'm every day I get emails about, "Do you need money? Do you need money?" And I don't want you to don't do the money you don't want the money where and this is separate, I wanna reiterate this. This is not taking out a loan. I don't want you to put this on a credit card. I don't want you to do some kind of, you know, uh, percentage point lender situation. So let me explain I'll explain a little bit how the deals usually work for me. You bring me this $10,000 deal. I look at it. I say, "You are right. It's fantastic. Done. Set it up. I'm going to, and then I'm gonna set up and say, get the escrow agent, tell the escrow agent, "I'm gonna be the bank on this deal." Tell them we're partners, and I'm the one funding the deal, and that's how it goes. So you're gonna be the one that comes in, you call the escrow, you get it all under get the escrow opened and give them my contact information, and now they're reaching out to me/my slash my team. I give them any documents they need because usually in this situation, if I'm funding the deal 100%, I wanna put the deal in my name. So the property's gonna go in my name. You and I have a separate partnership agreement, which outlines how it's gonna go, who's in charge of what. I'm in charge of funding, my name goes on the deal. You're in charge of marketing, and you're in charge of the communication, you're in charge of dealing with the sellers, and then when you get an offer, we together make the decision. That's pretty much what it says. It's a simple two-page agreement, and you can find it online at that place that I told you in landinvestors.com under deal funding. So now we open escrow, goes along. I do nothing until they need me to wire the money. I wire the money. All the while, by the way, while this is going through escrow, what I want you to be doing is getting the photographs, you're getting drone shots, you're writing the description, you're getting it all ready. So the day that we're closing, you're pushing the button and it's going everywhere on the internet to sell. That's what I want you doing. And then if you have some questions like, little things, "Hey, wanna look this over?" Or even just to make me feel good, it's nice. Just, "Hey, if you wanna see the property, here's where it is." That's usually how it goes. I'm like, "Hey, that looks great. Good luck. I'll talk to you later. Call me when you have an offer," kinda thing. Days go by, and then we get an offer. You call me, we agree, we accept it, done. Now and 2, while you're in escrow, when you open escrow, little side notes, make sure you ask for, investor rates and because there's often a little bit of a discount as an investor, and tell them you want to keep this open. You want like a holdover, clause. There's a it's basically you're gonna tell them, "I'm gonna try and sell this right away." So you can pay a couple $100 usually on the front end to save you like $1,000 when you close a deal. Again, this works for every property type, and they know exactly what you're doing. They're like, "Oh, okay." And it's kinda like basically they're keeping the file on their desk because they know they just did all the title work and everything. You're gonna try and sell it. So when you come back with your buyer, it's very easy just to add that into the chain of title and close escrow even faster, on the sell side. Then, as you and I worked out an agreement, by the way, I'm not cutting you a check, you're not cutting me a check. We have it all spelled out, what the percentages are gonna be, and we are each paid out of escrow. So I get my investment back plus whatever percentage I said, and you get that back. Often it's if you did all the work and I did nothing, I was really just the bank, I'm happy to split the profit with you. So let's talk about this. All right, we're 10 in for $10,000. We just sold it for $25,000. There's $15,000 profit. You're gonna get 75 I have to do the math here. Yeah, $7,500. And for that, I did the whole deal. You did the work, I funded it. How great is that? And then next, by the way, if it goes smooth, I hope you have 3 more in the pipeline, or while we're doing this one, send me more. Let's just keep them coming. So that's how it goes. Oh, hi, Nancy Brown. I just joined the live. How do I get started with the land flipping? Education. And read and study and watch, and you're doing everything right, Nancy. I want you to spend 6 months, let's just say, 6 months, uh, if you're just getting started, I want you to get in every forum out there. I want you to get into land investors. I want you to get in all the different Facebook groups. I want you to start communicating with people. I want you to dig deep, watch videos, read ebooks, read blogs, and find whoever it is that sings to you, that you connect with, that has the experience that you trust and who's accessible to lead you, and you can learn from. Sure, can I go out and do this on my own? Yeah. Do I wanna save 5 years from 0 to now? I mean, that's the reality. If I was just starting this by myself, it would take me probably at least 5 years to really figure this out and get momentum and get going and understand all this versus I can, get involved with somebody who's been doing it and who teaches it, and they're still doing deals right there with me. And so they're up to date and current in it. That's the best way. And then so after you spend a lot of time into it, then invest and then study the program and dive in. And sometimes I know this from us, and I know this from Land Academy. Some people have said, "Some of this didn't quite make sense, but I did what you said, and you were right." So you have to kinda sometimes you have some habits you have to undo because sometimes you're like, "Wait a minute, why would I send an offer to somebody? That just doesn't seem to make sense." It does make sense, and I promise it will work, and sometimes too, it's a little scary because we send some pretty good offers. We're not sending offers at 80% of what their current value is. No, we're sending them at 20 and 25% the current value, especially for land. So it's kinda like, I'm about to push the button, and I'm gonna send this list of sellers to a mail company like offers to owners. They're going to merge it with my letter and it's going in the mail tomorrow. Next thing you know, the phone's going to ring. Are these going to, it's a lot, but trust us. And you want to find a group too that's going to help you along the way. We, it's, it's, it's a difference versus here's the book. See you later, Nancy. Let me know how it goes. That's one way. You don't want that. You want, "Hey, Nancy, how's it going? Hey, Nancy, are you on the Thursday call? Nancy, I saw that property. Oh my gosh, Nancy, this is great. Nancy, how did that deal go?" And then even better yet, "Nancy, can I fund that with you? Do you need the money?" Because that will happen. So good start. So is land flipping is different from what you teach on Land Academy? No, that is land flipping. I have a phone call with you guys tomorrow. Oh, that's awesome. No, it's the same thing. I'm just calling it property flip, because that kind of makes sense to people because I buy it and I flip it, but I'm not doing any improvements to it. So that's the interesting thing. I sell to a flipper slash renovator or the end user. I'm using this term because in the past I used to use the term wholesaler. That got garbled. People started misusing the term wholesaler, and now it doesn't really necessarily explain what I do. So I don't really use that term. I kind of like I say I wholesale price properties. I buy it, I own it, I resell it at wholesale pricing, and that's it. So, and what happened is some people think of it now it's wholesalers like they just take it under contract, they sign the contract, they don't really control the asset, they're taking a piece in there. There's a lot of things that can go wrong in that. I'm not a fan of that way. So there you go. Oh, you got thank you, Nancy. And it's like, I got it. Now I'm ready for the call. So, oh, good. It'll be really good. I hope it's with Aaron. So I hope if we talk to Aaron, if you don't get to talk to Erin, see if you can arrange like just a 5-minute chat with Erin, Erin with an Erin on my team. She'll fill you in, and I know she'll hook you up. So that's good. Anybody else? By the way, if anybody's going, what the heck are Jill and Nancy talking about? Okay. So if you go on our website, go to landacademy.com, you can schedule a free phone call with someone on my team and ask them one-on-one questions about us, about the program, about what the heck are these tools? What are they for? Where do I get started? What do I need to know? Am I ready to get started? What should I do? All of that. They'll help you, guide you, answer all those questions. And I want to make sure this is how we roll. This has got to be a good fit for you and a good fit for us too. I want you to be successful. I want you so there's a little bit of screening on both ends. If you don't have any money and you're calling in and saying, "Hey, I wanna do this," I'd say that's great. I love your enthusiasm. Please call me back when you do a lot more research, and I want you to be able to do this right, and that's the truth. You don't have to have you need to have money to do the education. You need to have money to send out mailers. If you have a I'd like you to have some to start some deals on your own and get some traction going where it's your money, but if you don't, like I just talked about, don't worry about. You find a great deal, somebody's gonna be right here like me and fund the deal, but you do need to get some money to get going and have access to the data and access to the stuff to do your due diligence and things like that. So so that's what those calls are for. So if you want to go on our website, go to landacademy.com, and there's a place there just to click and there's a calendar that will pop up and you can just schedule a free call and talk to my team and Ask away. And that or here, that's kinda why I'm here too. So, ask away. Let's see. Good questions. How to make sure the funder is legitimate? Ooh, well, you'll know, I'd say ask around, see if everything lines up. Who is this person? You got their email. Are they on Instagram? Not Instagram. How funny is that? I was thinking like LinkedIn. If someone says, "Hey, I'm an aerospace engineer. I dabble with this on the side. I've got a lot of money behind me, and I'm trying to, just increase my profit. And I kind of want to do deals, just do deal funding right now because I'm so busy over here. Does everything line up? Do a two-page agreement with them, and then do one deal. And remember, this is their money, so you'll know right away if they're funding your deal, the money's either gonna get wired or it's not. And it's two-way street too. Have some conversations. They're trusting you also. They're putting their money into you and their faith into you that you know what you're doing and you're gonna market the deal and you're gonna get it done and sold. I always say, don't you don't need to make and don't get a new LLC with the two of you. You don't need to do any of like that. If somebody has an LLC and they wanna put the name in the LLC, great, that's fine, but if it's Jill DeWitt funding, Rosemary Capo, Rosemary, my name can go on it and your name can go on it. My name can be on the property, you're doing the deal. When the deal's all done, we wire your proceeds right to your personal bank account, nothing wrong with that. So, do one deal first, make sure you click, then decide if you want to do more deals together. And then who knows? Maybe you guys will start your own LLC together and do some other stuff together. That could be great. Hello, NRX Salazar. When buying and selling 50,000 properties, do you put the same amount of work in as if you do five or $10,000 properties? I'd like to hear your take on this. Thank you. Often they're easier. It's kind of like driving a stick versus an automatic. Stick shift, there's a bit, you need, both feet and your both hands, right? When you're an automatic, not so much. I don't, or I don't have to do as much. So my smaller deals, it depends. Some of them will go faster because people have more money to spend on those deals. I argue, and it's a really good question too, by the way, because I love the bigger deals. Here's my perfect deal. It's, buy for $50,000, sell for $200,000, sell for 180. I don't care. I need something like that. Even sell for 150. Buy for 50, sell for 150. Those we can do all day long. And I would use a broker often in those situations. I love those. I have one right now. I'm one of a couple partners where we bought for like we're all in for like $450,000, something like that. We're gonna sell for 1.3 or 4, somewhere in there kind of thing. And we're dealing with a broker. So even by the time we pay the broker's commission out of there, um, we're all gonna walk away just great. Kind of thing. We're all gonna at least double our money. So that's great. And I love those bigger deals. When you're dealing with people at over $50,000, they really are professionals. They have money. They are used to talking to brokers. They've been probably looking for these properties. Actually, and there's one I'm doing right now too. As a matter, there's one just ideal funded a deal. We're all in for I want to say $23,000. I'm kind of the lead guy on here because the broker and I have a relationship. Part of this deal was, hey, happy to fund this deal. I just really want to use my guy because he knows this area like the back of his hand and he's really good and worth his money. So, as a matter of fact, his daughter might be watching right now, which I think is super cool. And if your dad is a broker, you know who you are. And I'm happy you're here. And this is awesome because she's getting into this now. And I'm really happy to help you. So it's all in, and we're gonna sell it for like right now we have it under contract for 70,000. So, and again, and this broker, by most land brokers, good ones are gonna get 10%, and the good ones, like this guy, are worth their 10%. I'm all day long, we'll do those deals. Oh, excellent question. So Nancy said, so land flipping is different. Oh, we did all that one. Okay, let's see. Hello, Lisa Raposo. Nice to see you for the second time today. Glad you're here. Hi, Jill. Not sure if I missed it, but what's the profit split if I fund the deal? So if you do the in a perfect scenario where I'm doing none of the work and I'm only the bank, and I look at the deal with you. You call me, I review the deal. We say yes. You set up escrow. Escrow gets all my information. I don't, next thing I know, I just am wiring the money. You are off and running. You're calling me in 10 days saying, we're in escrow. I just sold it. We got our asking price. That's why I didn't call you, whatever it is, and watch for the money. Those situations, happy to do 50-50 split of the profit. So I put in $10,000. We sell for $25,000. I get 7,500 and Lisa, you get $7,500. I only it's only less when if I end up having to get involved and it's not marketed and it's kinda like, "Okay, come on, if I'm doing all the money and then all the work, it's kinda a little not fair to get to split the profit 100%." So and those we'll talk about, it doesn't come up often. So that's how that goes. Let's see. Hello, I've got a second, just lost the question here. Oops. Here we go. Aha! From Alejandro Cayabuya Ramirez on YouTube. I just joined the live. How much do I need to get started? Realistically, I would love you to have I'd like you to have close to $10,000 to get started to do this right. You have breathing room. You can fund a couple $1,000 deals on your own. You can afford to send out mail. You can send out data, have access to everything you need, and I want you to put that money aside and just leave it there. I would love and you can afford the education too, by the way. That's all inclusive. So for 10,000 bucks, you can join a group, you can get the education, you can spend a couple weeks getting this all the knowledge in your head and get yourself started. You can access data, download the data that and when I say data, it's all the seller, the property ownership information. You, you can afford the mail and getting it out there, and if you are working another job and you need to turn on a service like Pat Live or something like that to handle the phone calls, you can afford that for a couple months while you're doing this. Then some deals are coming in, you may even buy them yourself. Maybe you're buying a couple deals, maybe you're buying for $2,000, selling for $4,000 or $5,000 because they're worth 8, something like that. You're quickly doubling your money, put it back and just keep putting it back. Jack's a fan. I love Jack's way of like, take that $10,000, you know, turn it into 20, put that $10,000 back for wherever you got it. Maybe it was from your 401k or savings or something like that. Now you have just this money that you earned. Now take that to the moon. Good. Um, how long? Love it. How long Nancy Brown wrote, "How long is the training for Land Academy?" The initial cash flow from land program is about 15 hours, and it's video. It's live, uh, us showing you, not just talking about it, we're showing you. It's screenshots. It's imagine Jack talking to you one-on-one about picking a county. Like, here's what I look for. Here are the maps. Here's where you get the maps. Here's why I would pick this area and not pick this area. And teaching you that nothing like to, by the way, I'm not a fan of a secret county or things like that. I want you to know how to do this for yourself and how to find an area because so many Land Academy members are killing it in counties I have never heard of. I love that. And it's just great. It happens every week when we do a "Would you do this deal?" on our weekly member call. Someone brings up something like, "I have no idea where this is. This is awesome." But we all know how to analyze a deal and figure out if it's good or not based on things. So It'll be that kind of a thing. You have in there Jack's the data guy, so he teaches you how to pick a county. You see him access data, you see him download data, you see him turn it into a mailer. Then you hear me on the second half of the program, I get involved more where it's, talking to the county, talking to the sellers, getting a transaction done, whether you're doing a deed yourself, whether you're self-closing or doing it through escrow, and then getting it posted. What's a good posting look like? What do good pictures look like? What's a good description look like? How do I make all this great so people wanna buy it? And then all the way to, working with your buyer and handling those calls, and I even have recorded calls in there to kind of we do this often on other things we do, in economy, we'll some things we can, kind of get experience and some knowledge going into it of what these calls sound like, as you get started. Excellent question. This is great. I am so, happy to be here again. I hope I answered your questions, or some of them anyway, to make you feel good about, where you get the money, because as you can see, it's there, and who's gonna teach me, and as you can see, we're here. I'm Jill DeWit, co-founder of Land Academy. I'm here to help you get started because that's the hardest part. Happy New Year.